There is a moment many people know too well. You sit down to do one simple thing. Reply to an email. Read one chapter. Finish one assignment. Start one important project. Then your phone lights up. You check it for a second, just to clear the notification. One message becomes a quick scroll. A quick scroll becomes a video. A video reminds you of something else you were supposed to do. 10 minutes later, your body is still at the desk, but your mind has left the room. And the strange part is, you may still look busy. Tabs are open. Notes are everywhere. Your hand is moving. Your brain is working. But underneath all of it, there is a quiet feeling that your attention is no longer yours. Focus does not usually disappear in one dramatic moment. It leaks away through small, repeated habits. The way you wake up, the way your desk is arranged, the way you take breaks, the way you let your brain carry every unfinished thought. So today, instead of forcing yourself to become more disciplined overnight, we are going to rebuild focus from the ground up, not as a personality trait, as a system. The first hour of your day is like the opening scene of a film. It sets the tone before the main story begins. For many people, that scene starts with a phone inches from their face. Before their feet touch the floor, their brain has already entered other people's worlds. A message from a friend, a work email, a news headline, a command, a video, a problem that did not need to be solved at 7 in the morning. This matters because attention has momentum. When your first action of the day is reaction, your mind starts scanning for what is new, loud, urgent, or emotionally stimulating. You may still get things done later, but your brain begins the day trained to respond rather than choose. A better morning does not need to be perfect. It only needs a small protected space before the noise enters. For the first 30 minutes, leave your phone away from your bed. Drink water. Open a window. Stretch your body for 2 minutes. Write down the one thing that would make today meaningful or productive. This is not about becoming a strict morning person. It is about giving your brain one clear signal. Today begins with intention. There is a simple question that can change the shape of your day. If I finish only one important thing today, what should it be? Write that answer somewhere visible. This single decision reduces decision fatigue. When everything feels equally important, your mind keeps switching. When one thing is clearly first, your attention has a place to land. A busy professional can use this before opening email. A student can use it before studying. A creator can use it before touching social media. The mistake is trying to organize your whole life every morning. That becomes another project. Start smaller. One priority, one clean beginning. 1 hour where your brain is not immediately pulled into the crowd. A cluttered desk does not just look messy. It speaks to your attention. The unfinished cup, the open tabs, the phone beside your keyboard, the random notes, the objects you do not need but keep seeing again and again. Each one whispers, "Look at me for a second," and focus is often lost 1 second at a time. Many people try to solve this with willpower. They sit in a distracting room and demand that their mind behave like a monk. But the brain responds strongly to cues. It does what the environment makes easy. If your phone is beside you, checking it is easy. If your workspace is full of visual noise, wandering is easy. If every task lives only in your head, anxiety becomes easy. So before you blame yourself for being unfocused, examine the room. Try a 5-minute focus reset before work. Clear the surface in front of you. Keep only what the current task requires. Put your phone across the room, inside a drawer, or outside the room entirely. Close every tab except the one you need. If noise is a problem, use headphones, soft instrumental music, or simple silence. Then create one place for mental clutter. A notebook, a notes app, a single capture page. Whenever a random task appears in your mind, do not chase it immediately. Write it down and return to the work. This tells your brain, we will not forget this. But we are not doing it right now. That small act is powerful. Your brain is designed to think, solve, imagine, and connect ideas. It is not at its best when it is being used as a storage closet for every appointment, worry, reminder, and half-formed plan. Writing things down gives your attention breathing room. A clear space does not make you a different person. It removes unnecessary resistance from the person you already are. When you first sit down to focus, the mind often protests. It asks for music, then a snack, then a better chair, then one quick check, then a different task that suddenly feels easier. This does not mean you are failing. It means your attention system is used to movement. A distracted brain expects novelty. A focused brain has to relearn stillness. Deep work is the practice of staying with one meaningful task long enough for your mind to stop searching for an escape. Choose one task that actually matters. Set a timer for 30 to 45 minutes. Make the goal specific enough that you know what progress looks like. Do not write study. Write review chapter 3 and summarize the main ideas. Do not write work on project. Write draft the first section. Do not write be productive. Write the next visible action. At the beginning, your mind may wander every few minutes. That is part of the training. The skill is not perfect concentration. The skill is noticing the drift and returning without turning it into a story about your character. This is where mindful attention helps. Spend 2 minutes focusing on your breathing before a deep work session. When your mind wanders, gently bring it back. You are practicing the same mental movement you need during work notice. Return. Continue. Over time, this becomes less dramatic. You stop treating every urge as an instruction. The urge to check your phone does not mean you must check it. The urge to switch tasks does not mean the current task is wrong. The urge to quit does not mean you are incapable. It may simply mean your brain is reaching for an easier reward. Learning new skills strengthens this same system. A language, an instrument, a technical skill, writing, drawing, coding, public speaking, the skill itself matters less than the challenge. When you learn, your brain has to form new connections. It has to tolerate mistakes. It has to stay engaged with something that does not reward you instantly. That is focus training in its most human form. You are teaching your mind to remain present long enough to grow. Sometimes your focus problem is not really a focus problem. It is sleep debt, hunger, dehydration, too much sitting, too much screen time, too little fresh air. A brain that has been pushed for hours without recovery will eventually search for stimulation because it is trying to stay awake. This is why breaks matter. But there is a difference between a break that restores attention and a break that scatters it further. After a deep work session, stand up, walk for a few minutes, stretch your shoulders, step outside, let your eyes look at something far away, drink water, breathe slowly, avoid turning every break into a scroll. Social media can feel like rest because your body is still, but your brain is still processing rapid information, emotion, comparison, and novelty. You return to work with more input, not more clarity. Nature is one of the simplest ways to recover attention. Even a short walk near trees, sunlight, or open sky can soften the mental pressure that builds from screens and indoor noise. Food matters too. A brain running on sugar spikes, heavy processed meals, and low hydration will struggle to stay steady. You do not need a complicated diet to support focus. Start with basics: enough water, enough protein, whole foods, when possible, and fewer meals that leave you crashing an hour later. Think of focus like a flame. It needs protection from wind, but it also needs fuel. Work without recovery becomes burnout. Recovery without intention becomes avoidance. The balance is learning when to push and when to reset. At the end of the day, give yourself 5 quiet minutes. Ask 3 simple questions. What helped my focus today? What pulled me away? What is one adjustment I can make tomorrow? This is how focus becomes personal. You stop copying random productivity advice and start studying your own patterns. Maybe your phone is the biggest problem. Maybe your mornings are too chaotic. Maybe your desk is working against you. Maybe your breaks are not real breaks. Maybe your mind is carrying too many open loops. Reflection turns experience into information, and information gives you the power to adjust. A stronger mind is rarely built through one huge decision. It is built in the ordinary moments that almost look too small to matter. The first 30 minutes without your phone, the clear desk, the written priority, the timer, the walk outside, the glass of water, the 2-minute return to your breath, the short review before sleep. None of these habits are impressive on their own, but together, they create an environment where focus becomes easier to choose. You do not have to become a perfectly disciplined person. You only need to stop designing a life where distraction is always the easiest option. Build one better condition today, then repeat it tomorrow. If this video helped you see focus differently, consider liking it and subscribing for more calm, practical ideas on simple living, discipline, emotional clarity, and building a mind that can stay with what matters.